So, as I've spoke about on a previous video about going to the in-person of belief coding, the course that I'm studying at the moment, and having a complete meltdown, I just want to give you like a bit of a follow-up on that story and like if anyone's interested how it's progressed since. So during that time, I definitely was going through what you describe as like an identity crisis. So I'd done a lot of inner work, like working on myself. But I'd come across something that obviously made me feel really uncomfortable and brought all my insecurities to light. Also, as I found out in following sessions, like there was a lot of blocks there for me why I didn't feel comfortable being there at that time. Um, so following that, I had one session with a lovely, beautiful lady. Like she reached out to me, when I posted in the group, like we all do, asking each other for sessions when we're stuck. And during her session, she discovered some block that I had, which I'd never ever would have got to on my own. And this really is the power of having a facilitation of belief coding, because from where I was coming from, it literally was that I was lacking confidence. Now, delving into it deeper, it was actually that my subconscious did not believe that belief coding would work for me. So for a while, I had just been self-facilitating, unbeknown to me, just keeping myself safe, like not having one off anybody else in the group. So this is how your subconscious protects you sometimes. So previously in the past, I'd been to see um, practitions and energy healers for different things, and I'd lost a little bit of faith in things that had followed after those sessions. This wasn't something that was conscious to me, that I was consciously aware of. So it does really give you revelations once you have a session. It's not stuff that you're always fully aware of at all. So that was the first session, and after that first session, I had like an instant change. It was like my creativity came online. I started with my shadow creative course. I've started painting and doing art and drawing. Um, that's fully coming through at the moment. I'm absolutely loving doing all of that. And it's where I find myself like in a meditative state, being really present and just channeling different things through. And being in that flow state, it's really, really beautiful and really makes me really content. Then I had another session on the Monday, and this was all again me thinking it was confidence, but what was happening was I was describing to her that when I'm meeting new people, it's like I always feel like my energy, I've kept it really pushed down and not been as expansive as I want to be for fear of judgment. Like I feel like over the last couple of years I've been wearing like joggers and tracksuits and stuff that just doesn't express like what I'm into, my likes and the quirky things that I like. So during that session it was all about like um being in my fullest expression, um thinking fuck it to what people think and fully being myself. And after those two sessions, like I'm reaching out, I'm doing belief codings. I've made a little group within the community and we're all exchanging. Like I can't explain to you how powerful it is and how lucky I feel that if we do have an issue, we've got lovely, like-minded people who are willing just to help you out of a sticky spot. Um, so yeah, it's just constant progress. Anything that does come up, it's being worked through, and I honestly can say that I've never felt like as authentic as what I do now. Like I'm wearing all 70s clothes that I absolutely love. stuff that doesn't match, and it doesn't have to. Like half the days I look like I've jumped out of a jumble sale, but it's my expression, and I feel comfortable, and I feel like I'm not seeking validation of anyone else. Like, I am 100% me, and I think that is why I've developed the shadow artist, because a lot of us, when you've lived through things and you've lived in survival mode for such a long time, like, creativity is just not something not on the forefront of your mind. And a lot of artistic people will develop anxiety and depression if they can't channel the gifts that they have, and they're not aware of it. It will show up as a shadow. So I'm really passionate about reaching out to creative people, and for whatever block they have, whether it's fear of being seen, judgment, fear of not being good enough, envying other people, thinking that they don't have talents, when secretly the shadow is that their talent just wants to be expressed. So it's all moving forward. And it's really funny, like, when we've worked with our higher self, and it's bridging the gap between where you are now and your higher self. I kept getting this vision of, like, me being in this different house, sat at a table, and I'm just surrounded by artwork. And I feel like I'm literally on that road now. It's like I've bridged that gap, and that's how I'm moving forward. So yeah, it's really exciting. I think for me, having that creative mind, though, where I lack sometimes, is keeping it anchored and being sort of creating structure. So with my diary, saying on this day, this is how much I'm going to do of this, and putting those strategies in place. It's also, like, balancing the creativity with logic and structure. So things are all good. It's just really positive, and it just shows you that just in a few months, how much life can change when you're working on your inner world. That's always reflected back at you in your outer world, and I'm starting to see that come to fruition now. So I'm excited. I am.